first of all, I would just like to welcome you all to attend Clubs Day once again. We are having a second session this time because the first session was just such a huge hit and everyone was so interested in knowing more about clubs. So we just thought of conducting another session. Um, the the good part about this time's Clubs Day is the fact that we have more clubs that we have added from the previous clubs day that we had in the month of September. So you're probably going to know and hear about more clubs that have joined us right now. And just a quick reminder for the fact that the meeting is being currently recorded. Um, in case you don't feel comfortable with the same and would want to switch off your cameras for the exact same reason, it is completely okay, and we understand that. But please know that we're not going to share this apart from on our on our FSU social media pages. So if that is something that you're okay with, we would love to see your faces. That is something that I love doing when I'm talking to anyone over here. So it would be lovely to see all of your faces. But in case you're not comfortable, that's completely understandable and okay as well. And today for the club's day, we also have Karen Martinez with us. She is the FSU Finance Coordinator, and she just had some time on her calendar, so I asked her to quickly hop on the meeting, just introduce herself, take a little bit of lead on talking about FSU with you guys, and then we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about the club. So over to you, Karen.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another session of Clubs Day. We are so happy, as Dhanushri mentioned, because we are seeing a lot of students that wants to get involved with different clubs and have more information about what we are doing for the information of the clubs, right? So thank you all for being here. And let me tell you about something. Let me tell you something about the FSU. We are students, serving students, and we are an organization that is committed to the excellence in our service to student support. That's what we like to do. That's what our commitment, and we enjoy doing that. That's why we are here to provide more services to students like you. So thank you for being here. Next. Thanks. This year, here is the executive team meeting for the 2021-2022 academic year. As you may know, we have Ricardo Souza as our president. He's basically the face of the team. You might see him in every single video that we have, which is fun and fine. He's here to help everyone with the questions that they may have, to promote events, and to obviously advocate for students with the college. Then there is me. I am the finance coordinator, and my role here at the FSU is to help students with any questions that they may have in regards to the personal finances. If you are struggling with your finance, if you have questions on maybe how the college can help me to get a scholarship, what options do I have to pay fees, what options do I have to buy some books. So those are kind of the things that I help students with. And I have information on the FSU website, or if you would like to have a more individual session with me, I am happy to assist with that too. So please don't hesitate and contact me in regards to any financial inquiry that you might have. Then we also have Ismail Arabaid. He's the student life coordinator, and he is the person in charge of creating amazing events for students. You might know that this month, for example, we had different events happening. Like yesterday, we have the Don't Believe in event, where we were giving away little and cute succulents. I have mine here. So he is the one in charge of creating different events for students. And if you have any suggestions for any event that you might like to have, you can contact him and let him know your idea, and we will make our best to try to make that idea happen here for you and for more students that will enjoy that idea. And finally, we have our lovely Dhanushri Prasad, who is the advocacy and communications coordinator, and obviously the person in charge of the clubs. She is here to help everyone to have fun with the clubs. Also, she is the person in charge of the class representative group. And if you have any concerns about um, academic integrity, she's the person that you had to reach to. So this is basically what the executive team does, but obviously we do more things for students. So in any case you have any questions, any concerns, any suggestions for us, please reach out to us. Any of us are happy to help you with anything you to make your student life successful. Thank you. And we would like to hear from you. So if you could put on the chat the numbers, we would like to know, how did you know about Clubs Day? This is just a small survey that we are doing. So if you could let us know if 1 was through the FSU website, 2 by class representatives, 3 by your socials, or 4 by friends and classmates. We will appreciate if you let us know what has been the best way to communicate these events to you. So let's see, we have, I'm looking a lot of FSU socials. Thank you, that's awesome. The website too, awesome, awesome. Oh, placement, that's nice, thank you. Hey, Haley, Hale, I'm sorry, Hale?
Hi.
Holly, thank you, Holly. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
Um, oh, nice, nice. Also, I'm happy to see that you are getting information from the FSU website and for the FSU socials. Thank you for that. And I hope you're following us on TikTok. We're having like funny content there. So thank you for that. Thank you everyone for sharing that information with us. Nushri, I pass it over to you now.
Thank you, Karen. So thank you so much, everyone, for putting in your responses in the chat box. We truly appreciate it. It helps us better in knowing which communication methods do you guys prefer, so that we could communicate more via that method and get you all updated with everything that's happening over here at FSU. So now that we are here for Clubs Day, I would just like to quickly glance through the amazing 9 clubs that we have today. And it's really it's going to be a fun event because we also have some of the club presidents and VPs over here to talk about it. Sadly, some of them could not make it because of the midterm exams that are coming up for certain terms. So we truly appreciate you all being over here, regardless of all your exams and your assignments coming over. So just to start and talk a little bit about the clubs that we have for this term, we have the Fanshawe Game Development Club. There's the Spectrum Club, which is the LGBTQ community club. There's Fanshawe Parks Club, which is more about going outside and getting to know more about the nature. There's the Respiratory Therapy Student Federation. We also have the Fanshawe Accounting Association, which is all for accounting and business students out there, or even for people who are willing or interested in starting their career in the accounting industry. We also have Enviro Fanshawe, which actively promotes a lot of environmental friendly moves and recycling and a lot of different environment friendly initiatives. We then have Power to Change, which is a religious or spiritual club that we have with us. There's the Atmiya London group, which is to get all the international students together. And then we also have the Fanshawe Commercial Aviation Students Association, which is all about, as very evident from the club name, all about aviation and the industry over here in Canada. So, to dig a little deeper in each of these clubs, we have the Fanshawe Game Development Club. It is a place for people of all skill levels to learn and make video games together. The club will help and provide all the resources possible to enable members to learn more about game development. And the best part about this club is the fact that you can be a member of this club regardless of the kind of background or the knowledge that you hold regarding game designing. Supposingly, if I am a business student over here at Fanshawe, but if game designing is something that I hold a keen interest in, I can go ahead and join this club right away. So regardless of the background or the skill set that you have, you're all welcome and free to join this club. In case you want to join this club or to know more about it, you can get in touch with the president or the vice president, that's Blair and Alexander for this term. Or you can also connect with the team on their Discord channel, that's Fanshawe Game Development Club. Next, we have Spectrum Fanshawe. Spectrum has been a really amazing club that we've had for quite some time now at FSU. And we're so glad that we have Nick over here. He's the president of the club. He's here with us today to talk a little bit more about the club. So, Nicholas, if it's possible for you, can you unmute yourself and talk a little bit more about the club, the activities, what has been done till now, and what are you planning to do for this term?
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to continue this club throughout the year. Recently, we had like an amazing event with some community resources that came over and talk about their clinic. And we're having an amazing event next week, talk about ACE Week, which is an amazing community as well. So we're gonna have like a representative from here in London. They'll come in and talk to us about that because I'm definitely interested about that as well. And we have amazing events coming up soon. Like we're going to do like a movie night, and we're going to do another community resource night in a couple of few weeks from now, which is going to be amazing. So definitely a lot of things that we're going to be doing this year, and I'm hoping next year we'll do a lot of more Pride events as well. But we're definitely always looking for members to come out and join. We have a lot of fun, a lot of talks, and it's amazing community here at Fanshawe for anyone that's in the LGBTQ plus community.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Nick, for sharing all of that. I also remember you recently had a clubs meeting in the clubs room that we have over here. So just to add up more a little more to the events that you all are having and the clubs are having in general, we've started going a little bit back to the new normal, as they say. And we've also started conducting or allowing some of the club activities in person, depending on the person capacity and the limit that is expected for that particular event. So, guys, if you're craving for that in-person um, communication with everyone, I think a good way to get involved with the college in general and with FSU would be for you to join one of these clubs. You would get to make so many new friends and get to be again in person to talk and interact with everyone. And thank you so much, Nicholas, for sharing that information with us. Spectrum, it's always good to have Spectrum back. It's such a good club that is making that move towards inclusivity and diversity that we all aim at over here at FSU. So it is really good to know that we have such a club in place and it's always returning and coming back to us. Thank you, Nick, for sharing that information. And then we have the Fanshawe Parks Club. The Fanshawe Parks Club is just to inspire the exploration of Ontario's natural environments while connecting with like-minded people who are interested in adventures or great outdoor events. Fanshawe Parks Club president is also here with us today. That's Aditya. So Aditya, over to you. You can go ahead and talk about the different activities that are happening. What are you planning to do for this term? And how do things look now for the club?
Thank you, Tanushree. Hello, everyone. So I'm Aditya, and I'm president of Fanshawe Parks Club. So we are, as Tanushree mentioned, we encourage students who love adventures and going out for hiking, going on trails, going to parks. We encourage students to join the club, and we organize events like hiking. We had events of event in last month. It was cycling event and a global bird rescue event too. So, and we are also planning for organizing a hiking event in the coming weeks. So there are we also organize events like geocaching, and we encourage students to volunteer in uh, other activities or events which are organized by Parks Club, Parks Canada. So we are integral part of Parks Canada, which has over 40 plus national parks under them. And we also communicate the volunteer opportunities which Parks Canada have and employment which they generate. So we are part of Parks Canada, and we collaborate with them to organize some events, and you guys can join us too. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Aditya, for that quick introduction. It is Fanshawe Parks Club is also a returning club at FSU, so this club is really close to us as well. They've been actively, even though we were in a pandemic situation, they did a lot of different things virtually to keep everyone engaged and to sort of get everyone together. So that was really good. And now that we're starting to do certain things in person, I'm sure this club has a lot to offer in terms of going outdoor and um, getting together for adventures, different kinds of adventures. And Aditya, if people want to join, what would be their next step? How can they join the club?
You can just drop an email to Fancho Parks Club Gmail, and like there is no criteria or requirements to join the club, and we totally understand that studies are priorities for students, so schools come first, and you can participate in event which you want to or you can join us. So there is no commitment which you need to make that I would be able to participate or get into any event. So it's completely voluntary, and there are no such requirements to join the club. You can just drop an email to the club's mail, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Aditya. It was great to have you over here and talk a little bit more about Fanshawe Parks Club.
Sure, my pleasure.
And next, we have the Respiratory Therapy Student Federation. It is a student run organization that focuses on raising money for various lung and heart associations and also does a lot of events to promote the field of respiratory therapy. So, some of the events that they plan on doing is having these different networking sessions or even workshops where they actually invite a professional to talk a little bit more about respiratory therapy and how it works out in the Canadian industry over here. If this is something that you're interested in and you would love to be a part of it, please do feel free to drop an email with your basic details such as your name and your student ID, your FOL email ID to either the president or the vice president, and they would be happy to involve you and get in touch with you. They also have an active Facebook and Instagram page. So if you want, you can just go ahead and check them out first before you decide to actually join the club and be a part of it. Sadly, either the president and the vice president couldn't be here with us today because they're stuck with their midterm exams. So they sort of asked me to encourage you all to be a part of it. It's a fun club and it's a great way to start your networking journey if respiratory therapy is something that you are looking to make a career in. Then we have Enviro Fanshawe. Enviro Fanshawe as well is a returning club for us. It's been it's been it was awarded the clubs of the year in the previous academic year. So it's a really good and active club. They have a bunch of activities that go on throughout the term. These activities involve let's say these various social media contests that they might hold. They also have a really fun workshop that they do where they provide you with materials and then you just all get together on a Zoom call and try to understand and figure things out together. So they have a bunch of things that goes on. EnviroFansha is basically a club that focuses on environmental awareness for the campus staff and students while they promote environmentally sustainable practices within the college. There are a lot of different environmental friendly initiatives that have undertaken at FSU with collaboration with this club. So they have been very active and they have a bunch of activities that they do throughout the year. So if environmental causes are something that you truly resonate with and would love to be be gathered around with like-minded people such as you. You're most welcome to join this club. Again, you can reach out to the president or the vice president to get in touch with this club and to actually join them. We have the club email over here, so you could drop in a message over that. And they also have a very active presence on their Instagram as well as their Facebook page. So you can go ahead and you can check out the club and get to know more about them. Then we have Power to Change. Power to Change is one of the religious or the spiritual clubs that we have over here at FSU. They help the students to know more about Jesus and experience his power of change, whether it is to talk about a deeper, in a deeper way about the faith or just exploring the gospel for the first time. They offer a lot of connection to the God and just provide a safe space for spiritual conversations. This club is fairly active as well. They have a lot of meetings. I believe they have a lot of weekly meetings where they discuss about Jesus or about Bible, and they discuss their thoughts about it. And it's a very safe and secure place to have these conversations. They also have a bunch of contests and fun activities that they conduct together with everyone. So again, if this is something that interests you, please feel free to reach out to the president or the vice president, and they would be happy to accommodate you. They also have an Instagram page, so you can also go ahead and look for more information over there. Then we have the Atmiya London group. This group is to provide a sense of community to all students, especially international, but they are not only focused on international students, domestic students or any other students are most welcome to join this group. A bunch of events that they were planning to do was just to get together to talk about recreational activities, have yoga sessions together, also organize certain networking sessions so that students can get to know more about in general about the Canadian industry per se. So it's just a group to get together and and give a sense of belongingness and to everyone who's there. Again, if you want to join this club, you can reach out to the president or the vice president via their email. Then we have the Fanshawe Commercial Aviation Students Federation. This club is a returning club as well, and they majorly aim at providing knowledge to the Falcons out here regarding any commercial aviation related profession, and also to provide any networking opportunities with people that are currently associated with this field and promote professionalism. So they are all about developing your career in the commercial aviation field in case this is something that you're looking forward to. If you dream of becoming or starting your career in the aviation industry, I would highly recommend you get associated with this club. They have a bunch of events that they conduct too. The most popular one being their networking opportunities and the regular meetings that they have. They are a fairly active club as well. So if this is something that interests you, please feel free to reach out to the president or the vice president and also check out their Instagram page. And then we have the Fanshawe Accounting Association. They are specifically very similar to the Aviation Federation. They are also they look into career development, but it is majorly in the field of accounting business or business. And this or any other club as well, like Aditya mentioned, it is open to any student and there's no criteria that they look for. So if you are a student of law, but accounting is something that you're really interested in and would love to explore, you are all welcome and you're all, please feel free to join this club. You can reach out and you can get to know about joining details and how to get to know more about the club via their email, the club email that they have, and also through their Facebook group. So if you have any concerns or any questions, you can reach out to them via their email. And then that was it for the clubs that we have currently. But it might so happen that you probably found not even one club that you like, or probably not anything that interests you per se. So we have a solution for you for that as well. You can start your own club over here at FSU, and that is the best part because Starting your own club is a fairly easy process, and the fact that you get to start your leadership journey by becoming a club president or a vice president is just a golden star on your resume. There's tons of benefits if you start your own club. But before we get into that, I would just like to quickly get you through the club's roadmap about how you can form or create your own club. Firstly, you'll have to begin by checking out our clubs page on the FSU website. That's fsu.ca/clubs. You'll find a lot of detail over there. The club charter is something that's uploaded over there, so you can submit your club charter. You require just a minimum of 5 full-time students to begin or start your own club. Then this club charter, once it's submitted and it gets through, we at FSU with the executive team have an executive committee meeting on a bi-weekly basis. During these bi-weekly meetings, this club charter would be brought up for ratification, and after seeking approval from the executive team, this club gets to get through and they sort of partially complete their ratification process. Once you receive your approval after this executive committee meeting that we have, you would see the FSU reaching out to you to further fully complete your ratification process by completing the virtual clubs training. It's a very short training, nothing that long or complicated. It's probably going to take you half an hour to 40 minutes to complete the clubs training. And at the club end of the clubs training, you also get an option of signing the club's policy, which makes you fully ratified to begin your club activities and to start getting actively involved with the students out there. Now, talking about the benefits, there are a ton of benefits to starting your own club. Firstly, if you are looking eagerly for a leadership opportunity, I believe starting your own club is just one of the other ways of doing this, apart from a lot of different multiple opportunities that you find at FSU. You get to start your own club. You are the one who'd be managing the club in and out. You would be the one who'd be planning all the activities, trying to keep the students engaged, promoting the club, and encouraging more to join. So it's an amazing way to start your leadership journey. You being a club president or a VP is eligible for CCR. So a minimum number of hours, that is 10 hours, that is completed, leads you and makes you eligible for a co-curricular record. A co-curricular record at Fanshawe is an institutionally recognized document that you get once your graduation is done. And this document sort of depicts your involvement in college apart from your academics. So any kind of extracurricular activities that you're engaging in, this document is a proof that you have been active throughout your academic journey in extracurricular activities as well. And then you also get a certain amount of club funding that you could use to conduct these events, to get everyone together, have some food, go out for dinner, lunches, or whatever it is that interests you. So if you have a minimum of 10 full-time students, you get a chance to have a $500 club funding in your account. So you can use that $500 for anything and everything that you want. If you want to get together and have lunch or probably go out for bowling, you are absolutely free and you're absolutely welcome to use those funds. And lastly, I just wanted to emphasize on the importance of getting connected with us. I see how a lot of you mentioned earlier how you got to know about the Club Stay via the FSU socials, be it your Instagram or the website that we have. And it's just a great way of getting to know more about everything that's been happening at FSU and at Fanshawe in general. So if you want, we have a very active social media presence. You can follow us on either of these platforms, or you could also visit our website. We usually have a lot of up-to-date information on our website as well. So that is something that you can keep on checking as well. And we recently started with our TikTok page. So if you want to see all four of us acting really weird or striking some dance moves, you're all welcome and all free to join us on our TikTok page. That's it on my end. That is pretty much that I have for you guys today regarding clubs. But in case you have any questions, I'm happy to take those questions right now and to answer them for you. In the meanwhile, what I would do is that I'd also put out the club's email ID as well as the club's link there so that you could find out more information in case you have any questions or any queries. So if you have any questions, please do let me know and I would be happy to help you all out. Okay, I see a question over here by Brooke. If you have 5 students on the initial submission of the club charter and then later gather over 10 students, do you then qualify for funding even though the charter only had 5 students? Yes, you do qualify for the funding as soon as you get 10 members. So it is completely okay if you start with a minimum of 5 members. It would just be great if you keep us updating about any new member that is joining in so that we could keep a tab on it as well. And as soon as you reach or hit your 10 members, you would be eligible for the club funding. So you can get your club funding as soon as you get your 10 members in place. I hope that answered your question, Brooke. Awesome. Are there any other questions that I can address today? Hallie, I think do you want to, yeah, you were on mute.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
sorry.
you're pronouncing your name correctly.
Yes, you are. How do you say your name?
It's
What's your name?
Tanushri, but you can call me as Tanvi.
Esther. Sorry, Esther. I'm good with names. I think we should do something where it's like something with like arts and drawings. I know like Fanshawe has like a huge like arts and like music and like area like program.
I'm sorry, your voice is cutting off a little bit, so I'm unable to hear you well.
Okay.
Do you probably want to put your question in the chat box? I think that'd be easier. I'm sorry. The internet has just been, I think, I don't know if it's my internet or what's happening. We're just unable to hear you well. Also, do you have advice for spreading the word about a club someone would like to start? And is there information on starting accounts for the upcoming club so interested students can be in contact? Yes, so regarding spreading the word about a club, I believe a lot of it at the beginning would be just word of mouth. But the other way that you could go about it is ensure that firstly, please know that we at FSU actively promote clubs. So if a new club comes in, we would take that effort to let everyone know that here is a new club and you are all welcome and all free to join that. So what we usually do is we put out all the information on the FSU website. Even if you check out the website right now, you would see all the clubs that I've talked about over there in the club tab. Additionally, regarding any information about starting an email or a social media account for your club, you can start your own club. You can start your own social media page depending on the platform that you believe is the most active or uh, is something that's really popular among students. So supposingly at FSU, we usually observe that a lot of students connect with us via Instagram. So if that is something that you believe would work out really well for you, go ahead and you can start that as well. I don't believe that there is a lot of different or specific requirements that we need in terms of starting your own um, email account or social media account per se. But if you want, you can check out more information in the club's policy in the charter that we have. That would give you out a lot more information about all the specific details that are required for you to start a club. But per se, I don't believe there's any specific requirements for that. Please feel free to experiment with it and make it the way you want to and go ahead with it. And in terms of spreading a word, in case there's something that you would like us to do, we could also help you out with that. We have a follower of about 11K on our Instagram page. And that is something that students are very, very active on. And we do keep on posting a lot about clubs as well and everything that they're doing. But if you want, we could also help you out with it, and we could help you in promoting a little bit about the clubs too on our end. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, perfect. I'm glad to know that I was helpful, Brooke. I would like to do a music or performing arts club. Oh wow, yeah, that would be great. We've been looking for a club that probably looks into music or dance because we get so many queries from students that they're interested in starting this kind of a club, but it just doesn't ever get through. I don't know why. We just don't get an application later on. So it would be great if we have such a club. How would I be able to do that? But it will have to be online because I'm moving out west. Yeah, for sure. That is not an issue at all. We still have clubs in the virtual format, but we also are providing that option to people, to clubs to hold their club meetings in person or probably have some in-person events. Uh, if it satisfies our COVID regulations that we have in place and that college practices. So it is completely okay if you want it to be an entirely virtual club. We have no issues with that. If you want to start your own club, I shared the web page link a few minutes back. I'm putting it again in the chat box. Just go and visit us on our web page and you would find out more information. You would have to begin by putting in a club charter in place. So the club charter asks you for basic information, such as who's probably going to be the president, their details, the contact details, the vice president, if you have any signing officers, the club members' details, what your club aim or objective is, and what are certain events that you're planning to do. That's pretty much it. Once you put in your club charter, we would be having our bi-weekly meeting. So that would we had it this week, so it would take place 2 weeks from now. And once that happens, I would be bringing it up in the meeting that we have a new club charter in place. This is what the club is planning to do. And once we have an approval and get go from the executive team on it, your club would be almost towards the ratification process. I would then be getting in touch with you and asking you to complete your club's training, and then you would be fully ratified. Being fully ratified means that your information would be uploaded on our website and we would start promoting the club on our social media pages, on our website, or in any other way that you would like us to help you out. Am I able to get some help with starting the club? Yes, for sure. What kind of help would you like to have? Do you want help with knowing how do you fill the club charter, or uh,
Like, I have ADHD and ADD, so like I need extra help with stuff, and so I just need like I was actually like drama council something in high school. I can't remember because it was almost 3 years ago. So and so I found they found me so good with it, and I've always been involved with like music or drama or something throughout like end of high school to like no beginning end of middle. I can't talk. Sorry.
that's okay.
And elementary school, so like grade 7, I got started getting into like performing arts, and then to the end of high school. But I haven't done anything because of COVID. So
Oh wow, that's
I
that's
want to see
great.
with that because I always find it like with my high school, like we were not even in art school, and we had so many people come, and it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, no, that's awesome to know that you've been so actively involved throughout, and I'm so happy to know that you're planning to start this club right now as well. If you want help regarding anything in terms of filling out the forms or any other help regarding accessibility that we can provide you, just reach out to me via my email. I'm just putting out my email over here. Keep a note of it. Just reach out to me via email and I could probably look into it and help you out with the process that exists. Does that work for you?
Okay, that does.
Yeah.
So one other thing was, are we able to do like some sort of like meeting, like just kind of one-on-one to be? Because I find myself I work better with someone one-on-one or in like very small group, and I don't get so nervous talking. So if we could do something like that, that would be lovely to
So,
get some help with it.
yeah, I'm so sorry, but your voice cut off a little bit in the middle. But from what I could make out, you want a smaller club, right? You don't want a lot of
Yeah,
people to join in.
like sort of small, some like people who are like more into like from like the arts, performing arts, and then people from because I know my friend he did MA, so music industry arts. Someone from like that area, and then someone like that area, and kind of do something where they can do maybe stuff together and like know each other more, so then they can help kind of each other out. So
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We can surely accommodate that if that is the kind of club that you aim at on looking at, or if you just want to involve people from a specific program or anything per se, we could look into that and we can work something out regarding that too.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
no worries. Have a good one. Then we have another question by Brooke. Do you have any suggestions on what type of events or club activities could be held in a virtual setting? Oh wow, that's a really interesting and good question. So Brooke, when a lot of clubs, all the clubs went into a virtual format, we saw a lot of different events that took place in a virtual setting, and it was really surprising because we thought that the clubs probably won't be able to engage that much with students. But it was so nice to see that the clubs were really active throughout the term. And because I believe, because of such a situation in place, you much more crave for that human touch and human connection. And that's why there were a bunch of activities and events that happened just to get to know each other and to just spend time together. So I remember how in the other clubs day that we have had, a lot of clubs emphasized on or talked about how they conducted these movie nights together, or they just got together and used to play bingo or have trivia nights together. And they would just get together, have fun, talk to each other. These were some of the activities that they did just to sort of get to know each other and to break that initial ice that you have. But apart from that, depending on specifically for each club, depending on the kind of agenda or plans they have, it fairly depends on how they want to go ahead and what kind of virtual events do they want to conduct. So let's say, for example, we have seen a lot of clubs doing these different workshops with guest speakers. That is something that's really and easily possible right now in the virtual setting, right? So that is something that they do. We've also seen certain clubs reaching out to us, requesting us to collaborate or fund the expenses for some XYZ virtual event that's happening in Canada. And if there's like an entry fee, let's say it costs you $25 per person to get to attend that event. If that is something that they really like and the club members really want to go, and if they have a minimum, let's say 10 students, and they have that access to club funding, we've also seen clubs reach out to us asking us if that is something that they could do and spend their club funding towards. Um, there are also certain clubs that partner with certain organizations over here in London or in Canada in general. And if they have certain events, not necessarily workshops, but these could be just your just sort of like a get together event, or certain amazing people coming out there and just discussing or having like a discussion about different things. That is also something that a lot of clubs that went into a virtual format did. So you could play games, you could get together and have conversations, or you could even just invite someone or have a guest speaker who come in for one of your sessions and talk a little bit more about what your club does, or anything related or specific to that. People also, I heard, they sort of got together and organized these yoga sessions or meditation sessions together just to have that sort of a physical activity in place. So there's a lot of different ways you could go about it. You could be as creative as you want. Awesome. I'm glad that helped you out a little bit. Any other questions that we have for today? Nope. Okay, then. So I believe everyone is good to go. Thank you so much once again for being a part of Clubs Day. It's always fun to get to know more about all of you, to see more people who are interested in joining clubs, being involved with FSU, or even starting their own club. We love having a lot of clubs over here because it just gives so much more opportunities for a lot of different people to join in and to get actively involved with the FSU. So thank you so much everyone for taking out the time from your busy schedules to be here with us and to have a chat with us and just attend this event. And I'll just take up this last question that I have from Suraj. He's asking, so on that note, any one of you would be joining an anime club? Oh, wow, that sounds interesting. I love watching animes too. It's been some time since I last watched an anime because things have just been so busy at school. But yeah, I probably would hop onto your meetings and sessions just to interact and talk about anime and probably be a part of your events. A few students and I would like to start an entrepreneurship club. If anyone in this call would be interested in joining, please email. That's awesome, Brooke. I'm loving how you guys are already thinking about club ideas. Just a small reminder that for you to officially start your own club, you'll probably have to first complete and go through the club charter process and go through the whole entire ratification process that's in place. I'm giving out the club web page link once again for you to go through the entire process. You'll have to fill out the club charter. Once it gets approved, you'll have to complete a club's training, and then you would officially be all good to go and be all ready to invite more people to join your respective clubs. So if you have any other question, please feel free to reach out to me via my email. I have put that as well, and I would be happy to help you out in case you have any questions regarding the process, or if you're interested, or if you have any questions per se about FSU clubs. So thank you so much everyone for joining in. I truly appreciate you guys taking out the time today, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.